And now we're heading out of the ranch. Been a lovely stay. I was just looking back to the south. Beautiful looking peaks lit up by the sun there. There's some of the rest of the guys in the old cabin. I don't know what the story on this thing is. Maybe 100 years old by now. And I think the first water source for the day is about 8.5 miles or so up the road. It'll be the same type of terrain we've seen. Lots of dirt road walking again. We're getting some views of some flat plains out to the west. It looks like nothing out that way. Really kind of feels like you're out in the middle of nowhere on these old backcountry roads. I was just thinking about how I've been on trail for almost a month now, and in general it's been really easy. But I know hard days are coming, and I feel like when they do come, it's going to come suddenly. Way out on the horizon I can see dust being kicked up by the few cars that are out there driving the dirt roads. Little private cemetery on the side of the road, the Greer Cemetery, established in 1936. Oh, some other guys have caught up to me. We got Elvis there, McQueen there, and we got Spielberg. A few more miles to water. Well, the scenery's been changing pretty well. Still haven't hit the water source yet, but we're getting close. All the trees are gone. And I'm thinking a little bit further, we kind of dip off into another alternate and kind of skip over into those hills, I think, for the rest of the day. I think we see our water source target. Little solar well thing there in the distance. I just gotta walk over to it.
Pull straight out the black plastic block with a T-shaped handle.
So we pull this out.
Yeah, but she said have your bottles ready, but I don't know where it's coming from.
It probably comes out the pipe that goes right into the tank from up top there. So we might have to get the ladder.
Yeah, that ladder.
Gotta get the ladder in position maybe.
Oh, that's a good point.
Are you just drinking from, is it clear
He's just
water?
going, it's clear. Not bad, not bad.
He has like 10 grandkids and grandkids.
How many wives does he have?
Just one.
So you've beat him already.
Yep. One wife, 2 sons.
I'm all loaded up with water. That's the only water source for the whole day. We're dry camping tonight. The other guys took off ahead. But about 3 miles from here, there's a junction split off for another alternate. Something like Cibola alternate, which will dip us off to the east a little bit. We'll be up in those hills, and we'll be camping in there somewhere. I don't know how much further I'm going. Maybe only another 8 miles or so. We'll just kind of see. Made it to our exit. Whew. That says Armijo Canyon Trailhead. This is the Cibola alternate. Cuts through the Cibola wilderness. I think this alternate's something like 25 miles long. But we'll be getting back into the hills a little bit and into some trees. This path is pretty sandy. That's slowing me down a bit. Cebolla Wilderness. Making our way up the canyon. Looks like the trail is just up the wash, because why not? This part sucks. Deep sand, moving 1 mile an hour. This could last for a couple of miles. It's very slow going. An old homestead here. Looks like a mix of clay brick and log cabin. There's some other construction up there. There's some old petroglyph carvings on a big boulder just off the side of the trail here. And here's some more carvings on the other side of the rock. We got about a mile left till I'm looking for campsites. Just working our way up now to the top of the mesa. A couple of switchbacks. Well, I think I made it to camp. This'll work. I'm kind of tucked away by itself. The trail's up there, 200 feet or so. Nice little spot. Everyone else I was around kind of took different paths. We'll all meet back up in Grants at some point. Oh, time to get settled in the rest of the way. Well, I got my mashed potatoes and tuna packet dinner all ready to rock, so I'm going to have this in a minute. And I think that's going to conclude this day. It's nice to camp by myself for a bit. I feel like it's been a while since I've been out here. I definitely like being by myself, feeling out in the elements. See if we get visited by a cow or something. It seemed like random evidence of wild cows out in the area, so that might be the only thing I see tonight. We'll see. Anyway, that's it. Depending on how far we get for tomorrow, we might have some exciting things towards the end of the day, but we'll see when we get there. Eventually we'll kind of dip down through the end of this alternate and kind of get back to some road walking, but again, we'll just kind of see where we end up. Got a few more days out here and then we'll end up in the town of Grants, so I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. It was warmer than usual last night. I was all bundled up, expecting it to be near freezing, and found that it was too hot and I had to strip down some stuff. It's probably in the low 40s as opposed to low 30s. And I think the forecast for the next couple days is supposed to be like chance of thunderstorms and stuff, so we'll see what the weather develops into. We may get some rain, maybe, potentially. But anyway, we're shooting for like another 18-mile day or so, and there's only one water source again today, about 8 miles from here. I think it's just another like solar windmill or a cow tank or something like that. So we'll hit that up this morning, and then we're dry camping again somewhere. We'll figure out and see if we can find a stealth spot. I can see some clouds out there to the north of us. Grants might be getting some weather, but we might be fine for today. And of course, we're back to slogging through the sand. More evidence of old settlements. Practically nothing left of this stuff. There's a little sign for water. A little water cooler there. Somebody's truck. I'm good though. We're only like another 2 miles until I hit the water source. Very nice gesture though. Lots of cattle in this area. Just off the right, I see a windmill. That should be where the water source is at. A little bit of a walk to get over there. But that's all we got for the whole day. Made it to the windmill water source. Water is currently flowing out of this pipe, going into the big trough. And as you can see, the cows are all in it and pooping in it, so you don't want to take anything from the trough there. You want to collect it right where it's coming out fresh. All loaded up there. Yeah, the wind is really chilly. Oh, yeah. But I'm heading back to the dirt road. Next water source is something like 18 miles from here, but we'll see that tomorrow at our ranger station. We should be able to get water. Well, made it to Route 117. We'll be on this all the way to Grants. I don't know the exact miles, but it's going to be a lot of road walking for the next 2.5 days. I literally almost stepped on this guy. Pretty little snake. Not sure exactly what type he is, but he's got an arrowhead-shaped head, which symbolizes venomous. So we'll leave him alone. We're about 2 miles to a picnic area. I'm definitely due for a sit-down break. I'm getting real tired of these 40-knot wind gusts pushing me around all day. Look at that cloud. That's a thunderstorm building. I think we made it. That says the South Narrows Picnic Area. There may be bathrooms here too, I think. I'm gonna be chilling here for a good bit. Definitely need a break. Yeah, this is a nice place to chill. There's covered picnic tables, restrooms. I don't think there's water here though, but I've got enough water and some snacks. I'm airing my feet out. I'm just gonna be here chilling for the next hour at least, maybe more. And then I'll check back in once we're heading back out on the road walk. I think I have a game plan for where I'm gonna end up tonight, so I'll give you guys a look here. This is in Far Out. I was only looking at going like another 3 or 4 miles, which would kind of put me in the vicinity up here at the La Ventana Arch. But stealthing options along the road is little to none, so it looks like, just based on some comments here, this is the start of the Narrows trailhead, which comes off here and kind of follows the rim all the way up over towards the arch. The only downside of this is the trail kind of ends right here, and some people can scramble down the cliffside here towards where the arch is at. It's doable, but people say it's a little sketchy. So I think what I'm going to do is just wait a couple hours, and then actually, instead of doing the road walk and trying to stealth along the road there, I'm just going to take the Narrows rim trail up here and just follow it for a few miles and then look for stealth options somewhere on the top of the rim. I think that'll work out, and then in the morning we'll do the scramble down somewhere safe and check out the arch first thing in the morning. So I think that's our game plan here. I should probably wait another hour before heading up, but I'm getting antsy just sitting around, so we're gonna go ahead and start the Narrows Rim Trail. Let's see how far up we can go. Looking for a site. Sandy trail up here, of course, because that's the theme of this whole alternate. Tons of sand to walk on. Just right above the picnic area. There's definitely some stormy clouds brewing and rain kind of all around us. That's out to the west and northwest. It's clear in this area though. There's some cool overlooks up here. That looks like it's all lava fields. Well, I'm only like a mile in, if that, and there's a beautiful little site right down there, tucked in against the rocks, wind protected, everything. So I feel like I really shouldn't go any further if I find an awesome spot up here. It's kind of rocky. Might be hard to find other good ones later, so I think I'm gonna take it. The only problem is it's really early in the afternoon still. So in the meantime, I think I'm just gonna chill up here. There's a little bit of cell service, probably coming from Grant's, which is kind of to the north off that way. I've got some awesome views up here. Definitely old lava fields. You can see where there's like pitted in craters. Probably there was lava tubes running underground, and that's just kind of where it collapsed a little bit. Raining over that way for sure, as long as it stays away from me. That was a great little spot though, so I'm just gonna hang out here. I really don't need to push any more miles. Just enjoy the view and watch YouTube videos, I guess. Well, I've been chilling up here for a bit, and I'm hearing thunder in the distance now. So this stuff may slowly be getting closer. So just in case, I'm gonna go set up the shelter real quick. Just in case it starts raining, I gotta jump under it. Got the shelter up, hasn't started raining yet. Tucked in the rocks here. Nice little spot. Definitely dark clouds all around though. I'm gonna be hiding in my tent for the next little bit at least. Well, it sounds like the storm has passed. It rained pretty good for about an hour and a half. I'm currently in the right depression to where all the water's pooled up. I just gotta wait to hope for the ground to soak it in some, but I'm sitting at about 2 inches of water. And a little bit of a waterbed situation going on. The tent floor is waterproof. Everything's dry. It's just slightly unnerving. Sitting in a little bit of a lake here. I'm just doing a little walk around inspecting the damage. The little lake I was on has already seeped into the ground. It's only been like 20 minutes. A little unnerving there for a second. It's kind of funny, right where I pitched my tent is the deepest depression where the little lake formed, but options were kind of limited in this area. I think the storm has moved on. I think it's just going to be a little cloudy for the rest of the evening. Hopefully no more rain. And on that note, I think that's going to do it for today. It's been challenging, fun, walking on sand, then road, and then up in the rocks for a beautiful overlook, and then getting rained on. So it was kind of fun overall. Hopefully that's the last of it. I think scattered storms is still in the forecast for like tomorrow and stuff, so it's probably better if I get to camp early and set up like I did today, and then any afternoon storms can kind of pass over when I'm already tucked in the tent, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I think that's about it. So thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next one.